Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Hot Tag. I'm John the Madness Thompson, and this, as always, is my tag team partner.
And I am Jake Ward. I am tagged in, and I have got a question for each and every one of you out there. It is WrestleMania season, and we are up and about doing everything WrestleMania. But I want to ask you, Madness, will WrestleMania fail this year? Or will it succeed and become the biggest WrestleMania of all time? You've got to understand, they're in their 38th edition of this monster event. But there's plenty of potential to get it all wrong. What are your thoughts on that, Madness?
Well, I think it's good to look at the state of the WWE. The last couple years have been really weird. Needless to say, right? We had no fans. They laid off literally half of the wrestlers, maybe 3/4 of the wrestlers. We have a incredibly small roster compared to where it was in the past. There's lots of rumors about where Vince McMahon's going to go. Is the WWE going to get sold? People coming back, people, being pushed. But at the end of the day, the WWE has tried so many things over the last couple of years. They've tried to reboot. They've tried to bring the big names back in. And in my opinion, things are pretty bad right now. I would say most people kind of think, not doing so good.
Hot trash would probably be the best word to describe it. The two-night things, they're trying to get everyone a payday. For me personally, I'm not a fan of the 2 nights. It's getting a bit of a rub above the jeans, if you ask me. You watch the first night, it's like, that's cool. And then does it count? You main event WrestleMania if it's the first night, or do you actually main event WrestleMania? I'm going to give you a few things of how I think it will fail this year. How WrestleMania will fail this year. Obviously, with everything that's going on with the world, I think the first reason why WrestleMania will fail, too much political correctness. Giving everyone a fair go. Everyone's the main eventer. Everyone is the top star. So I think when they're trying to build main event matches, they're going to put the wrong ones in the main event spot. And that includes Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. It was tried before at WrestleMania 35, and I thought that was rubbish. Yeah. You call me what you like. I'm just a wrestling fan, and I think that was rubbish, that main event. And they're going, it just seems like a thing with WWE going to the same wheel again. I don't like it, and I don't think it's going to go well. And the second reason, and it's probably an unpopular opinion, of why I think WrestleMania is going to fail, is Roman's going to have both belts. I've said it. I've put it out there. It's making my mouth just all that crap bitterness.
Is there, for me, putting Roman over again at the biggest stage again, giving him both belts, giving him all the power in the world, it's like the worst thing they could possibly do. And I know they're going to do it.
We know. We got the visual on SmackDown where he beats up Brock Lesnar, and we got the 2 belts. What are your thoughts, Madness? Are we going to have a fail, or are we going to have a success at WrestleMania 38?
Look, I am the constant optimist, but forget the fact that I just say, I already know what's going to happen. It's going to be terrible. I am an optimist. I believe that there are some variables kicking around out there that are going to allow this WrestleMania to be something a little bit different. I don't believe that it's going to be an A+, but let's just hope for a B-. I think we can get a firm B-, and I think that B- can be achieved in 2 ways. Number one, I think they highlight some different things. One being this interesting little bubbling with Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. Okay. I really love Pat. I think he is a good announcer. He's enthusiastic, and it's something different than the same old goddamn Michael Cole over and over and over again. Okay. I like that angle. I like where that's going. But then we got McMahon. Mr. McMahon is kind of involved in that. He could be involved in many things. A lot of the rumors have said, hey, McMahon is wrestling. And I say, hey, McMahon's like 75 years old. Like what? How is he going to wrestle? But we've talked off camera about maybe Stone Cold. Maybe they go back and rehash some of those old problems. Maybe they can figure out a way to put an angle together between those two that hits on the nostalgia from us from the late 90s, early 2000s, but also doesn't look optically horrendous, right? When was the last time we saw Mr. McMahon without a suit on? His last match, I think, was versus Bret Hart, and that was at least 10 years ago, maybe longer.
Yeah.
So
and they need to, and that was a rubbish match. So McMahon needs one more big match. And I think you're onto something here, Madness.
If they can figure that out, I would be thrilled. But I don't think that's going to save the show. The only way that they can really save the show, that they can really push something forward, is for massive shenanigans to happen in the main event. You better not give those two belts to Roman. And if you do give them to Roman, the only reason you've done it is to swerve us on the same night. Don't give them to Roman and swerve us on Raw. Give them to Roman, have the music hit, and McMahon comes out, or Stephanie comes back and says, look, I'm still in control of this company, and I'm tired of your nonsense. And then we get something new. Somebody comes in, push somebody, even Austin Theory. What if Austin Theory destroys Pat McAfee, and then McMahon says, guess what? This is the future. And we push him forward. Why can't we do that? Why couldn't we start a new faction right on WrestleMania? Some guys who you're not expecting. What if Jimmy and Jay break off from the family? What if they break off and they start their own thing? They're tired of Roman Reigns. We start something new. Give me a reason to tune in next week. Tomorrow night, SmackDown. Give me some reason, because Roman with two belts isn't going to do it.
Madness. You are onto something here, and I enjoy it. But the swerve that is going to happen, I think that'll make us both happy, and a lot of wrestling fans. I like when McMahon comes out, but he says, Roman, you are living the dream, but I am giving you the nightmare. And then it's Cody Rhodes from behind with a referee, and Cody is going to hold both belts at the end of WrestleMania.
Now, that is the way to debut some new talent. That's how you do it. But will they? Ladies and gentlemen, will it be Roman? In the comments, will it be Roman with two belts? Will it be Brock with two belts? Will it be Cody Rhodes with two belts at the end of WrestleMania?